Imagine you're on a phone call. Everything seems normal, but suddenly your phone explodes. This isn't science fiction. It's the horrifying reality faced by Hezbollah fighters. On September 17th, 2024, a series of explosions in pagers in Lebanon and Syria claimed 12 lives and injured thousands. Within 24 hours, other devices like walkie-talkies, solar equipments, and even fingerprint scanners also detonated, causing further chaos and fear. These blasts sent shockwaves of panic across the country, as no one knew what could explode next.
Hospitals in Beirut have been overwhelmed with the sudden rush of patients.
12 people were killed, including 2 children.
Hundreds of pagers used by the militia group Hezbollah exploded.
Communication devices turned into bombs.
No one could have thought that pages could explode like that.
The battery would act as a power source. The attacks underline how anything can be used as a weapon.
If it can happen with pagers, it can happen with radios. Can it, for example, happen with your mobile phone?
Israel has now declared a new phase in the war.
Historically, cyber attacks has provided a sense of security, a sense of comfort that no matter how worse things get, cyber conflicts would at least be remained contained within the digital boundaries. A stolen password here, a hacked email there, or at the maximum, it was some bank fraud. But this incident shows how the lines between our digital and physical worlds are merging, turning our everyday gadgets into weapons against us. This video will change how you look at technology. Could our everyday gadgets be actually weaponized against us? Are the devices we own potentially bombs waiting to be detonated? Let's uncover the details and try to understand what needs to be done to minimize its impact on our lives. Should we be bothered about this? The people of Lebanon and Syria are currently living in a constant fear, unable to trust anything with a battery. Could this become a terrifying reality for all of us? Let's find out. Pagers and walkie-talkies were widely used in the 90s, before the rise of cell phones. These devices remain essential in the industries where network connectivity is not stable. Hezbollah relies on these seemingly outdated technologies for secure communication, believing that as these devices work on basic radio signals, it is safe from interception. But that was only until 17th of September 2024. At about 3:30 p.m. this day, pagers used by Hezbollah exploded in Lebanon and Syria. And a mere 25 hours later, when the dust from the previous explosions was still in the air, the walkie-talkies made strange noises, which made people instinctively bring it closer to their ears, only to face a second series of explosions. Till now, 40 people have lost their lives, and thousands are injured. This video is not primarily about Hezbollah-Israel conflict. It's about the future of all of us. We are looking beyond this single event into the broader implications of how it can impact our lives and what can we do to stay safe. While everybody is pointing at Mossad for this assault, just like any of their operations, Mossad has remained silent. This event has shown us the terrifying direction in which the modern warfare is headed. Wars are no longer about who has the biggest army or the higher number of missiles or drones. Today, all it takes is sophisticated code and smart algorithms. It's a reminder that we need to re-evaluate our dependence on technology and demand higher security standards from the manufacturers of our digital devices. So how the attack worked? While only Mossad knows the exact details of how it was pulled off, there are basically 2 leading theories based on the evidences we have. The first theory suggests that the explosives were implanted during the supply chain journey of the pagers, which means that when these devices passed through warehouses and ports, they were tampered with and injected with small amounts of explosives like PETN, just enough to cause fatal damage while remaining subtle enough to avoid detection. The second theory is more alarming in today's world. According to this, the devices were remotely triggered using compromised radio signals. This interference could have manipulated the device battery management system, causing what's called a thermal runaway, a phenomenon which occurs when a battery short circuits, leading to extreme heats that can vaporize the electrolytes inside, causing explosions. What makes this attack so terrifying is how sophisticated yet simple it was. If a pager can be turned into a bomb, what's stopping someone from doing the same with their phone? So could our phone, smartwatch, or laptops be the next target? Theoretically, any device with a power source and connectivity can be a target, unless there are proper safeguards in place. Today, most of our devices are connected to internet, sending and receiving updates remotely. And as technology becomes more integrated into our lives, so do the risks. We are already stepping into the era of Internet of Things, where everyday devices like cameras, televisions, and even refrigerators are connected to Internet. A report from Cybersecurity Ventures predicts that there would be around 75 billion connected devices globally by 2025, exponentially increasing the number of targets for cyber attacks. If someone was able to exploit the vulnerabilities in the hardware of a pager, IoT devices are 1,000 times more complicated, and with more complications comes more vulnerabilities, which can be exploited to cause malfunctions, leading to disastrous consequences. So what's the takeaway here? Should we live in the fear of our phones? Should we go back to sending messages through pigeons? Probably not, but we must rethink how we view security. As we move further in future, the attacks are hitting closer to home. Here's what needs to happen. There are three main characters: manufacturers and sellers, the government, and the consumers. Manufacturers need to regularly release updates and patches to fix the vulnerabilities of the devices. And they should configure the devices with stronger encryption to prevent tampering of any kind. The government needs to hold sellers and manufacturers responsible to enforce the highest security standards of the devices that reach market. Coming to consumers like you and me, we need to focus more on the security standards followed by the devices instead of focusing on the functionalities. Also, we must consider the country of manufacture as well as the company who's marketing it before making a purchase. As I always say, nothing can beat awareness. If you're concerned about your smartphone security, which you should be, check out my video on how hackers attack you, where I have shared 10 simple steps which you can follow to protect your devices and protect yourself. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to stay updated with the latest developments in technology and cybersecurity. Because in today's world, staying updated is not just smart, it's necessary for survival. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with people you care about. Let's spread awareness and stay protected together. See you in the next video.